Sup guys, it's HK here bringing you another review. Today's review will be on the latest Bleach manga chapter. What was it? 654. Dead Man Standing. And what a chapter it was. I mean, damn! First of all, let's just confirm one thing. You know, the last chapter ended with Kuryaku and Nano-chan defeating the X-Axis, aka Lillian, aka Holy Chicken. And, well, we thought he was dead, but we also thought he was dead before. And, yeah, he's not dead. That's right, guys. That fool is still alive, and he's kicking. Right, it starts with where we left off. Pieces of Lillian falling off in the sky and big flashes of light erupting everywhere around the Serate, and you know, Kuryaku and Nano, they're pretty much exhausted. I don't know if the sword they used like takes away energy or not, but like Nano felt like she was about to collapse until Kuryaku held her up. And then, you know, he said you have to go and rescue the others, so he's turning around, heading off, and then he collapses from exhaustion. I imagine it's exhaustion, though, to be fair, it's probably all the injuries he's sustained during this entire fight, and it looks like he's going to die. But obviously he can't die, because if he dies, Aizen's not going to get free, which is funny because we cut to what's happening around, Soul Society with the feathers and everything falling around and light being caused, and we get a shot of Aizen wondering what he's doing now or what's happening. So you know, he's still alive and kicking it, and I think at this point he's probably gonna get set free, because you know he has to get set free at this point. It's Aizen, for Christ's sake. I don't think Kuryaku's dead, but he might be dying or he might be too injured. He might even be telling Nano-chan to take the key from his heart and go and release Aizen, because let's be honest, guys, the elites are kicking these guys' asses, and you know, the only one that's going to probably be strong enough to take on Johan Buck is going to be Ichigo, and let's be honest, he's a bit too weak to go and take him on. He's going to need help, and I think the only guy that's going to be able to stand toe to toe with Johan is going to be Aizen. So I'm kind of seeing some sort of the enemy of my enemy is your friend type of thing happening towards the end. Though, to be fair, Aizen's probably going to have his own plans as well. But we'll see if that happens or not. We cut to, you know, just the normal grunts, whatever, the fodder cannon, if you will, wandering around, going on what's going to be happening, what they're going to do. And then, you know, they start getting killed off by Lillian, who was alive and well. This prick won't stay down. Like, this guy just keeps coming back and back. Every time you think he's dead, he's not. Like, I'm shocked. I read the last chapter and I thought, okay, this fight's over. No, it's not over. He's still kicking it. And what's worse is he's multiplied. All the different pieces that rained down, they've all turned into different versions of Lillian. Except now he's not that big, scary-ass chicken thing. Now he's transformed into a chicken flamenco. Yeah, a flamenco, guys. He's a flamenco now. He's a holy flamenco now. And he's going around twisting his little neck. Like, rah, rah. That's what he's doing. Rah. Ripping people's faces off. Like, it's pretty freaky, actually. But that's not the most unexpected part about this chapter. What happens halfway through this is he's going around killing them, and then suddenly someone's killing him, and he thinks it's Kuryaku. Like, he wants revenge, because apparently he's lost his powers now. He's Heiligenstein or Stark or whatever you call it. That's gone. So obviously, you know, Kuryaku and Nano did manage to, you know, defeat him in some way so that he's less powerful, and that makes it easier probably to take him out. But you know, the way he is now, with different pieces of him everywhere, multiplying, and that doesn't seem to be that bad. But he's pretty angry about it, and then suddenly you've got this Soul Reaper appearing out of nowhere and cutting heads off. And he's turning around, and we see who it is, and I'm not gonna lie, that part made me so happy. I remember when I've been watching the filler arches, right, where some of the characters get a bit more development and action than they do in the actual canon stuff. And I remember rereading the Thousand Year Blood Arch and just being very pissed off when Kira got Kira is it, got taken out like that. And I've been wondering what the hell has happened to him. Everyone's been wondering what the hell's happened to him. And I think the latest news we got on him was that he was recovering, like he was in pieces, like because he's got a bloody hole here. But apparently Mario and Nemu saved his life, and he was in like a coma or whatever. And well, that kind of comes back here because yeah, the guy taken out Lillian is Kira. He's alive and well, and he's standing there, and he's got the hole here obviously, but it's being held up, like his chest is being held up by like 3 tubes or something. I have no idea what that is. They look like sticks to be honest, but it could be like metal tubes or whatever, something developed by Murio obviously. But yeah, that was like such a badass shot to see him there, alive and kicking it, and he's using his sword to bring Lillian down to his knees to stop him from moving, because you know obviously his sword, Bankai if you will, you know, it's got that thing where like every time it hits something, it's twice the weight of it. So that's awesome to be honest, and I can see why that would work. Which is also a bit puzzling when Kuryaku's Bankai didn't do crap. I mean, it did do crap, but we didn't expect him to turn into a second holy form. And then you have Nano-chan with the Sword of God or whatever, and that doesn't do shit either. Then again, it did take away part of his godly powers. That's what he said anyway. So he's not as godly as he was before. And now you've got a normal lieutenant, whatever, who's half dead, standing there, proclaiming himself to be a dead man, and swinging that shit and taking him down. Like, it's badass. I'm not gonna lie, but it makes everything those other guys did a bit pointless in the end. But yeah, overall, that moment seriously was badass. I'm happy Kuro's back in the action. Like, I was missing his character a lot, to be fair. So I'm glad for what's happened. We then cut to the Miracle, who's getting his ass kicked by Byaku and Renji mostly, and then it ends with the Miracle going, "Oh yeah, you guys look like you can defeat me. You probably will defeat me, but what if I don't think you can defeat me or something? What if I defeat you? Wouldn't that be a miracle?" And he's smiling and shit, and it just ends with this on kind of dark undertone, like shit's about to go down. So you know what I think is going to happen next chapter and the overall chapters from then on is, I think that we're going to get a fight with the Miracle versus Byakuya and Renji, and they're going to get their asses kicked. And if there's a theme with all these elite fights, it's that it's a captain and a lieutenant taking these guys on. So I think Byakuya and Renji are going to kick it. They're not going to die obviously, they're going to get beaten down. And there's going to be Shinji and Momo properly who are going to try and take this guy down. But then that's not going to be enough, and I think this is where Hitsugaya and Ronkiku are going to appear, because we haven't seen them for a while now. So I think it's time for those two to make the entrance. And with this character who seems to be very powerful, I imagine it's going to take them two to take him on maybe. So it's going to be a team effect, because this guy said he wants all of them to come at him. So I don't think this is just going to be two guys taking him on. It's going to be a bunch of everyone trying to finish this guy off. That's what I think is going to happen. So I'm looking forward to that fight. Lillian is obviously not dead, so we're probably going to cut back to Kira taking this guy on. But I'm thinking it's done now at this point. We got the idea of what this chapter was trying to set up, that Kieran is back and he's going to be using that sword to take him out, and he's already taken one of the bodies out. So I'm thinking he's sorted, to be honest. I don't think we're going to go back to that fight anymore. We still have no idea how the fight with Ichigo and Askin are doing. Again, I'm predicting that Grimmjow and Nail are going to join forces, and they're going to help Ichigo take this sucker out. Chad and Orihime are probably going to appear as well, and we're going to get them 5 just teaming up to take him out, because Askin, I think, is going to be a bit of a handle. And of course that leaves, that still leaves Aizen and what's going to happen to him. But I do think he's going to get released. It's probably going to end with the way, maybe, I'm thinking that Kuryaku's not going to be able to go on any longer, and he's going to give that key to Nano to release Aizen, because, to be fair, they're going to need his help. They are going to need his help. This isn't going to be piss easy. Like, Ichigo, them lot are going to get owned if they don't have someone more powerful on their side. I mean, Kuryaku was the captain commander, and he's still going to take down one of the elites. I mean, that just goes to show, like, he's no match against Johann Buck, like, if he faces him, because he'll get his ass kicked. So yeah, overall this chapter was, to be honest, was bloody great. Just because of Kieran's appearance and the setup for next week. I just liked it. I thought it was very good. But like, damn, the X-Axis still being alive. I mean, that was just, damn. But, you know, that's Kobo for you. He keeps putting shit RBs behind and surprising us with it, so I like that. It's not as bad as it was before. Still, I really do wish these fights could just end already, because they are tiring the hell out of me. Anyway, I hope you liked that review, guys. Like, subscribe, whatever. I shall see you when I shall see you. Take care and bye.